Good morning, traders. Welcome to the live webinar here at Elite Currency. My name is Chris Forsick, and we're going to have some updates about our automated trading on LOA, Zeus, and Ultima EA from myself, Nikolic. So, a lot of developments coming up in this webinar, so stay tuned. Thanks for joining. Let's move on now to our first topic of today. The Zeus EA has crossed 100K, 100,000 euros in managed capital in the managed PAM account. That includes capital from all of our traders combined that are trading this Zeus EA. So that's a great milestone. Let's take a look at that. We have an article coming up later today that's being published on our ECS website if you want more info. But simply said, the account went above 100,000. So we're happy, of course, with that. Here you can see the growth of the balance of the PAM by, of course, deposits. There were more deposits entering the account over time. We started in September 2020, so now I've been trading this almost 9 months now, 8.5 to be precise. But also profit, of course, has contributed to this growth. As you can see, 26 point, almost 7K of that balance is due to profit. Okay, so you can see that right here. This is the profit equity curve, and it's pretty much very consistent, as you can see, over time, with very minor drawdown here that we had about mid-April, exceeding apparently reaching 33%. According to this statistic, it's a little bit more, closer to 50%. But anyhow, it was a floating loss, not a closed loss, and the growth continued, as you can see, and it's up now plus 46%. So very consistent EA. I definitely think that this is a good one to add to anyone's portfolio that is trading Forex. Of course, trading with high leverage is always a risk, but within a risky field that Forex and CFD is, you can diversify, of course, and Zeus EA is one way of doing that, I think. So you can see, let's see, high win rate, good profit factor, monthly 4.55 so far, but we have other accounts that are a little bit more, but 5.2, as you can see. This is another account. This is our personal account, and it's showing very nice profit, 74%. It started a little bit earlier, though, back in June 2020, so it has 2 more months of track record. But very consistent, as you can see, only profits month after month here on this account, but also, oh yeah, that's what I want to show you. Also on this account, as you can see, month after month, profits 3.5, 3.5, 7, 5.5, 4, 2.5, 4, 7.3, now up 1.5. So very consistent. So if you want to join by any chance Zeus EA, go to our website, elitecurrency.com /CFD, or go here, services, and click Forex and CFD. Click on Zeus EA. And there are a couple of, quickly, I want to explain here, a couple of options. You can go 40 profit share, that's the PAM. In that case, the advantage is that you don't pay any upfront fees or costs, but you do pay 20 to 25% of the profit share if there is a profit in a month. Usually there is, as you can see. Or you can rent the EA, but in that case, you pay upfront, but you don't pay anything for the profit. So it depends what you prefer. Now, if you add 2,500 capital net deposits, so that means more deposits than withdrawals in May or June, you will get a 5% discount in May and June, right? So, May or June. So if you do that in May, you get both for May and June 5% down. So here you can see you pay 25% profit share if you have less than 5,000 capital. If you have more than 5,000 capital, you pay 20%. Now that becomes even lower by 5% if you add 2,500 capital this month for this and next month, and then it goes back to the normal percentage. So you could even get it down to 50 or 20%, as low as that for the next 2 months, and then it goes back to these levels, right? So of course, if you add 5,000 euro, you have the best deal because you pay 20%, but even 25% is a normal and and a good rate. So that's the profit, and you pay profit when there is profit. Of course, as you can see with the Zeus EA, it's quite typical to have profit. Every month so far is consistently showing some profit, and is on its way to about, I would say, 60 to 70% per year. But sometimes we can even reach, this EA can even reach 100% a year. So, and of course, the main advantage is there's full liquidity, so you can remove or add capital as anytime as you want. Doesn't depend on the equity curve. So there's a lot of flexibility. A lot of instruments, a lot of even stocks and other EAs don't have that flexibility. It's typically better to find maybe wait for a drawdown, for instance, or stuff like that. So I think Zeus EA is a great option to diversify, and this is a great moment maybe to do the PAM and get that bonus. But if you like the rental, you can start as low as 89 for 1 month, or right away go for 12 months and rent it for 299 euros. That's also an option. So yeah, the fact, oh yeah, of course, besides the live trading, we've had a back test done for 4.5 years. There was not a single losing month. So it's a great track record. So we're happy with the 100,000 capital that we're trading with Zeus EA. It shows consistent gains per month. On a monthly basis, you can have a lot of flexibility with adding and removing capital as you want. Yeah, so this is, I think, really two major benefits. Let's take a look at the live account here. So as you can see, this is our PAM account, and yeah, it's basically steady as it goes. Small wins, sometimes bigger wins, mainly focused on smaller wins, but it can go for bigger wins here too, as you can see. And here, as you can see, it depends a little bit on the market situation and the equity curve of the account. But yeah, as you can see, very very how do you say that? Very active EA, right? That's the word I'm looking for. This is just the 13th of May, so a lot of scalp trades back and forth here. Well, in this case, yeah, there we go. There was primary sells, but here we have more mixture of buys and sells. Depends on the outlook on the daily chart and the technicals on the 5-minute chart. Okay, because it's trading the 5-minute chart. All right, so there's a quick insight in all the trades of the last week or two, I guess, max. Anyhow, let's continue now with the next update. So to wrap it up, if you are interested in joining Zeus EA, this is a great moment. I think it's a great way to diversify some of the funds. I would not trade all of my funds on just one EA, any EA, including Zeus EA, but I think it's a great diversification to add for forex traders. It's fully automated, so something to consider. Now, the next update, the LOA.EA. Basically, we have stopped this EA. And, well, the result itself is not that much different from backtesting, but there are certain differences. And that's where I have an article that's going to be added on Wednesday that explains all of that as well, by the way. But the drawdown itself is basically bigger, larger than what we saw in backtesting. 35, this is 46. And here it's 46 as well. Oh, that's the same account, hang on. The drawdown is slightly bigger. That's one thing. Second is that when we saw in backtesting, we did see losing streaks where there were a couple of months of losses with the LOA.EA. Now, this particular losing streak, the max, however, was 5 months. This is already 6 months, so there's 1 month longer. So those are the two main differences. That said, the single worst losing month, minus 70%, was not breaching what we saw in backtesting. So that was not the worst. With that said, if you look at the equity curve, it could be that this is a drawdown, but the odds of that seem to be smaller and smaller. So to a point that we don't think that this is a viable strategy for any trader that looks at this curve. I mean, even if we're to move up, this is, in our view, too large of a drawdown. So we decided to stop with this EA and remove it from our website and consider this one a failed one. Technically, it might just be a drawdown, and we can always take a look again a year from now to see if that's the case. How did it continue after that? We can take a look at the back testing here. You can see that in this case, the drawdown is even more, 50% with a different broker. Look at that back testing. You can see the back testing was not smooth either in all cases. And that's a learning point for us. If the equity curve is really too tough, then it's difficult to stay in that EA, as we can see now. You can see there was not always great results every year. 2019, you see, was a quite substantial difficulty year. 2017 was not that great either. 2014. So as you can see, there were a couple of years that were similar heavy, right? Similar difficulties. In the long run, it prevailed in the backtest at least, right? Will it do that in live trading? It's not impossible, I would say, but as I said, I think the drawdown is too heavy for most traders to really stick to this trade, to this EA. Even for us, it's heavy to stick to this one. So we're going to pause it and remove it for the moment. We'll check it again, see how it did perhaps a year from now, and see how this played out. But yeah, anyone who we do have a special compensation for those that bought the LOA.EA. You can use the purchase price plus 100 euros extra as credit to buy anything you want from our ECS website. If you have ECS LOA.EA as part of the CAMAC-D package, then it was just a small part of the entire package. In that case, you get 150 euros credit. So those that purchased it, typically it was around 300, 299, I think. So you have about 399, about 400 euros credit. For those that bought the CAMAC-D package, you have 150 euros credit. You can use it in any way you want. And just write us an email and you'll get that discount voucher. Okay. So that's our second piece of news today. Thirdly, is Russia. Russia is doing better with Mislav than on our own PAM account. And since beginning of December, the trades are being copied. That said, there's still a substantial, the Russia EA on this account is just doing a little bit better, even since beginning of December. So we're copying now the trades from this account. So the gap should be smaller. But our Russia EA account is still struggling because of these differences at the beginning in September last year, November last year, and also this year. So definitely the two, or there are the accounts are not showing the same performance. Same EA, different accounts, different brokers, different performance. So we're trying to synchronize that so that they're more alike, and hopefully our own Rush EA PAM account will go back into the green. As you can see with this account of 3%, it's definitely in the green, 100%, 9% per month is doing quite well, although there are some substantial drawdowns, of course, as well in this EA. But that is expected with this EA. And the drawdowns are not as long lasting as with the LOA.EA. I think that's the main difference. In any case, we have a new solution for you that you might be interested in. If you want to trade the Ultima EA, but also the Rush EA and also Ultima EA Pro, then go to the Ultima EA page. And now we're combining all three. So you can trade all three in one package, either monthly or yearly price or yearly sponsored price. So you don't only get Ultima EA, but the Ultima EA Pro, that's the $1 60-minute chart, and the Rush EA in one package. So that's one advantage, is that you have more diversification, more options, and it's kind of like a smaller portfolio approach already. As I mentioned before, we're working on a portfolio approach through PAM, through profit share, but we're running into some technical problems. That's announcement number 4, in fact, where we're getting some delays. So we were hoping to start this month. We'll probably not be able to manage this month, and now we're hoping to start next month, right? We're running into some delays. We're running into some things we need to solve. So from that perspective, this is a interesting solution for the short term. If you want a portfolio approach quicker, then you can consider combining these 3 A's at the least through rental. And later on, we're going to add the profit share option. Hopefully in June, as I said, we're running into some technical problems. We're working hard on it because we do think that the next step for us is this portfolio of EAs, because it offers the most consistency, the least drawdowns, the least headaches for traders. We see that as our primary solution moving forward. But that's why we're working hard on making sure that it's robust, there's good risk management. So we need some IT solutions that take time to develop. And that's why we're having this delay. But in the meantime, there is a mini portfolio rental that you can do with the EAs from Mislav Nikolic, Bull Capital, that include these 3. And you can just try for $1,199 for 1 month, or get the discount through a yearly price. In that case, you don't have to share the profit like you have to do with the profit share, of course. All right, so check out this page if you're interested in trying that. Last but not least, the SWAT EA. That's announcement number 5. SWAT EA, let's take a look. SWAT EA is doing great on wait, hang on. Something doesn't add up. So this second EA is not doing that great, as you can see. Had a very bad April, but that's only 1 month. I mean, the equity curve doesn't look that great so far, but it is quite short. 2 months of trading, I believe. So we'll have to see. This weaker start so far. But the first EA, not doing that bad. The 50-minute DAX is down 7.8, but the DAX 1 hour is up 36.6, and your dollar is up 10%. So after 3 months, so that's looking pretty good. And therefore, if the live trading is continuing as it is, we might consider adding the first SWAT EA to the SWAT method, and once we think that this is a sufficient trading results, we will add the SWOT EA to the SWOT method package. So this SWOT, which is now a manual trading system, would also have one EA included. So that's great. Not yet, but soon, if we think that the live trading is enough, I think maybe I'll talk to the team, maybe by the end of this month even. It could be okay. Of course, keep in mind that the track record is still very short. 3.5 months is not that much, but could be enough already to at least add it to the current SWOT. So we'll discuss it, but that's something that is an option if the results keep going like this for the moment. Okay, so we'll see probably end of May how the stats look like overall on all of these three pairs. Second EA, not yet. Of course, it doesn't look that good. All right, so to recap, one, Zeus EA, PAM has crossed the 100,000 euros. That's great. We're very happy that this is the second time that this has happened. Before, we already had Ultima EA from Mislav that crossed the 100,000 mark, and this is the second EA, so we're very happy with that. Two, LOA.EA is going to be removed. If you bought LOA.EA, you get a extra compensation. You can use 100 euros plus your purchase price as credit, or if you bought the CAMXD, you get 150 euros credit. Thirdly, the portfolio is running into some delays. We're working on IT solutions. We hope to start the portfolio PAM with a diverse bucket of EAs next month. Fourthly, you can already start with a smaller version of the basket with Mislav's EAs. Through Ultima EA, there's a basket of 3 EAs that you can rent on a monthly or yearly basis. And fifthly, SWOT EA. The first EA is doing pretty well, and we might consider adding that to the SWOT method soon or end of this month. All right, so those are the top 5 announcements for today. Quick note before we close is, of course, the dip of Bitcoin is looking like it's making an ABC pattern. So I think that this could be a bouncing spot around this level. Maybe one more lower low, but I think eventually there will be a bigger bounce to the upside on that. Your dollar is approaching, is making the breakout. As mentioned yesterday in the euro dollar video, if it breaks above this top, it's bullish up to his 5, up to his 6. That's what happened. Preferred the bullish breakout 60 to 40, but the main level was this break, and that's what happened. As you can see, nicely moving up, but it is reaching a resistance zone here at 122.50. Now, with this momentum in play, I don't think it's going to stop at with 6. It might make some small correction or flag, but eventually I think it's going to go higher up to 120, 22.50, 123. With this current pace, it looks like it will continue higher. But once it reaches 122, 123, we are at previous tops. That could be a bouncing spot anywhere between 122.50 and 123.50. And Bitcoin, as I said, looks like it's completing ABC zigzag for the moment. It's at the 38. It bounced at the 38.2 fib and minus 272 fib confluence and the 144 EMA. There's a doji indecision at the confluence of 144 EMA, previous top 38 and minus 272 target. So fair chance that will create some bounce back to the 21 EMA for the moment. And if it breaks above the 20 EMA, maybe an uptrend continuation, although the second break above the 20 EMA might be better than the first one because of the stronger ABC correction. But ultimately, it looks like we had a massive run up away from the 144 EMA, and this looks like a correction back to the 144 EMA. Gold looks like a breakout, and looks like it completed an ABC in wave 4 as well. And I'm not sure if this is a wave A of 4 and this is a B of 4 and then down for C of 4, or if the wave 4 is already completed. But for the moment, there's plenty of space to the upside. Whether this is a wave B or an uptrend, there's a high chance the price will get up to 78, 88.6 fib in both cases. So to me, this is looking bullish, and this looks like a wave 1, 2, and this looks like a wave 3. In 3, this looks like the wave 3 right here. So it looks like we're in a wave 5 of 3 at the moment, maybe this being a wave 1, 2. Let's take away this fib. It's at the minus 61.8 target. So it's very steep here, this price action. And yeah, I'm bullish. If it makes any dip, I don't think it will break below this candle high low. This candle low, daily candle low at 1808. If it makes any dip back anywhere here at these previous tops, this low, this trend line, anywhere as long as it stays above this top, to me it looks bullish for continuation up to 1910, 1980 to me. Probably shallow fibs like the 23, 38, or 50 max are the bouncing spots for upside if it retraces. I mean, if it shows a bull flag here and breaks, then it could continue right away without any major retracement to these fibs, by the way. So let's see if it breaks this top or if it makes the retracement. All right, folks, that's it for today. See you tomorrow in the Euro Dollar, Pound Dollar video update, and wish you all great trading. Cheers. Bye-bye.